Brought to you by ExpressCare Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Half day and welcome back to Healthy Living. Magnesium is an important electrolyte needed for proper muscle, nerve, and enzyme function. It also helps the body use energy and is needed to move other electrolytes, potassium and sodium, into and out of cells. Joining me now with more is ExpressCare's Dr. Jitka Lom.
Hi, nice to see you, Julie.
I love your shirt.
Thank you.
So can you tell us, what is magnesium's overall function in the body?
Well, it's an essential mineral. So magnesium is stored in our bones. Most of it is in a reservoir in our bones, and then about 1% of it goes around in our bloodstream, so it can be measured if we do a blood test. But basically it supports about 300 different functions in our body, ranging from everything to do with cell function, from things like relaxing your smooth muscles so that your blood pressure can be reduced, to relaxing your uterus if you're pregnant and you're having, for example, preeclampsia. It's used in the digestive system, making people's bowels move more regularly. Basically, it's used everywhere throughout the body.
Okay. Now, is magnesium supplementation important to heart health?
It is also. If you have, there's a bit of a balance between calcium and magnesium, but the magnesium function is very important to regulate the rate of the heartbeat and also the level of blood pressure. So for your heart, you need both of those to be normal. You need a nice normal heart rate and a nice normal blood pressure when they go together. So magnesium helps support that in the heart, and it helps the heart cells actually work better, and it helps them not to have to work as hard when you have a more normal blood pressure.
Okay, now you said that it works with your blood pressure, but what about cholesterol?
Yes, magnesium is also involved in the synthesis, meaning in the creation of cholesterol in your body. Many people may not know that your liver actually makes cholesterol. When you have enough magnesium, it creates the right amounts, so you will overall reduce your heart risk. So for example, people that have normal magnesium levels have about a 30 to 40% lower risk of heart attack and stroke than other people whose levels may be low when we measure them in the bloodstream.
Okay, now what is the best form of magnesium supplements?
Right, so there are many kinds of supplements. The most common one is magnesium sulfate. Then there's magnesium citrate. That one's a really good laxative. It's absorbed much more quickly in the body than magnesium sulfate. In general, if you take your magnesium supplement and you dissolve it in water, if it's dissolvable, it will be absorbed more easily into your system and you will use it better. Now, that can have good and bad things. If you take too much, you may end up with diarrhea. On the other hand, if you take too little, of course, you won't have the beneficial effect.
Okay, now is it more important for males or females to get to have that, good supplement of magnesium?
Well, it's actually very important for both. Men need a higher dose. Men need about 400 milligrams per day. This is in your intake through foods or supplements. So the foods that contain magnesium are things like nuts and green vegetables, beans. Healthy foods contain magnesium. Think of fiber. Foods that contain fiber also have a lot of magnesium in them in general. As far as women, we need a little bit less, about 300 to 350 milligrams of magnesium in total. Most of us are not eating enough of those good foods, so taking a small supplement, maybe 250 milligrams a day, would be very helpful for most people.
Okay. Now, you spoke about high blood pressure a little bit. What about hypertension?
Yes, high blood pressure and hypertension are actually the same thing. They're just different terms for the same thing. So if somebody has hypertension, that means that they already have high blood pressure. But if you do have that condition, then it's really important for you to have good levels of both calcium and magnesium in your system. And you can have this checked again with a blood test, but it's very simple for you to eat healthfully and also perhaps take a small supplement. 250 milligrams should be adequate for most people.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. When we return, Doc answers some of your questions. More healthy living when we return.